Here's 4 spin shot ideas you should try with your Insta360. Number 1. This is what I call the extended bullet time shot. Now, the bullet time effect is something that Insta360 came up with, and they even sell a special selfie stick to do this. This has a 4-foot long selfie stick with the camera on this end and a spinning handle on the other end. So you can swing it around above your head and get this cool effect. But I decided to take this to the next level, and that's why I call this the extended bullet time effect. I got a 10-foot long selfie stick, hook that on the spinning handle instead of the 4-foot long one to get a much wider field of view in those spinning shots. So just for comparison, here it is on the 10-foot long selfie stick. And here it is on the 4-foot long selfie stick. Quick tip when you're doing this, you don't have to set the camera on the bullet time effect that is built in. So it has a setting that you're supposed to put it on when you're using it on the bullet time selfie stick. But you don't have to do that. Basically what it's doing when you set it on the bullet time effect is it's just shooting 3K at 100 frames per second, so it's slow motion. But I like to make a compromise and shoot at 4K 50 frames per second. So our compromise is giving us a little bit higher resolution, but not quite as slow of frame rates. All right, number 2, the around the tree shot. So for this, I'm not using the spinning bullet time handle. I just have the long selfie stick, and I'm holding that out straight out from me and walking around the tree, trying to keep a nice even pace as possible. Number 3, the barrel roll. Now for this one, we don't actually have to spin the camera around, rather the camera will just be moving in a straight line, and the barrel roll will be added in post using the app. We'll be able to edit in a spin into the footage. Now for this, I'm just going to be holding the camera and walking straight forward, or another thing you can do is extend your selfie stick out straight in front of you, and then you can walk it through tight spaces. Now opening up the app on your phone, you'll see the video clips here. We'll select the one that we want. Now when it opens up, it's looking at me, so I'm going to just spin that around, then we can click on the timeline down here to create a keyframe. Now you can tap and slide through the timeline here at the bottom until we're further into the video, then tap again to create a new keyframe. Then there's a slider right here. If we push this slider all the way to one side, it will create a 360-degree rotation between the first keyframe and the second keyframe. So now you can see the video is spinning around as it goes through. Then click the export button at the top. Okay, shot number 4, the around the car shot. Now one thing I've been noticing with all of these shots, I'm always at the very middle, swinging the camera around myself. And I've been trying to think, how can I get me from being at the center to being outside the camera and put something else at the center of the rotation, like a car. So obviously I can't just be holding the bullet time selfie stick and spinning it, and so this is what I figured out. All you're gonna need is a suction cup. This is the type of suction cup you use to hook action cameras to the outside of your car, and some fishing line. Now we're gonna take our suction cup, hook it to the top of the roof, right in the middle. Then we're gonna make a loop in our fishing line and hook that onto the top of our suction cup mount. Now I'm just gonna go out a ways, cut it off, make another loop on this end, and hook that around the handle on the Insta360. Now just pulling that taut, you can walk a perfect circle around your car. And the fishing line is just giving you a reference for how far out you should be. And you might be wondering, well, why not just walk around the car? Forget the fishing line. Basically, it was just really hard for me to walk a perfect circle and have it look as smooth and perfect as I wanted it to be. And so just having your fishing line coming out is kind of like a measuring tape for your distance. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind when you're doing this shot is not to film with the camera actually looking straight at the car. You want to turn it sideways like this, and that way the fishing line will be right in the center of the camera where the lenses aren't seeing, and that way the fishing line won't be in the finished video. Alright guys, more of my videos right here. If you want any of the gear that I used in this video, 360 cameras, selfie sticks, suction cup mounts, all of this stuff is linked in this description below if you want to purchase any of that. Alright, see you guys next time.